Hey gamers, what's up? Today I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and if you like it, I'll do some more of it, but I'm going to talk about the 5 things I would like most to have in my Sega collection. It's a weird dynamic for me. I grew up a Nintendo kid, and in recent years became a huge Sega fan and Sega collector. And over those few years, I've found a few things that would mean the world to me if I could add to my collection. Some of them are obtainable, a couple of them not so much, maybe one of them impossible. But keeping that in mind, let's go on and take a look at those items. Number 5, the Pioneer Laser Active. The Laser Active was released in the United States on September 13th, 1993 at a cost of $970. It was estimated that about 10,000 units sold. The Laser Active played Laserdiscs, compact discs, console games, LDG karaoke discs, and Sega CDs. The cool thing about it was you could buy add-on packs. You'd plug one into the slot on the bottom left corner of the Laser Active, and it would give the system extra functionality. Each one offered something different. One was a Mega Drive Genesis, the other was a PC Engine TurboGrafx, one did CD-ROMs and karaoke. And in order to play the Sega CDs, you had to have the Genesis pack plugged in. Also, the Laser Active had no region lockout, so you could play games from any region on the system, which was also pretty awesome. Who wouldn't want that in their collection? And it is a thing of beauty. I already have an existing Laserdisc collection, some stuff I picked up here and there, yard sales, closeouts back in the 90s, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I have this really respectable Laserdisc collection, and it would be cool to have a game console that played them. So I do have that goal. I also have every American release of the Sega CD already in my collection, so having this final one would be really awesome. It is the one that got away, and I really need it for my collection. Number 4, the Sega Terra Drive. The Sega Terra Drive came out May 31st, 1991, and production numbers are unknown. But there were 3 models available that offered increased power ranging from $1,100 to $1,840. The expensive one even had a whopping 30 megabyte hard drive and 2, not 1 but 2 floppy drives. You could also get a monitor, which was manufactured by a third-party company, but with Sega branding. It was sold for an additional $600. So the Terra Drive was an IBM PC-compatible system with a built-in Mega Drive. It was developed by Sega and manufactured by IBM in 1991. The Terra Drive was only released in Japan, and Sega hoped that integrating a Mega Drive into a PC would attract customers who wanted a PC. But the big problem was that it used an Intel 286, which was released in 1982. So we're talking 9-year-old technology when it launched. Now the only reason that isn't number 5 on my list, I don't really want it as much as I want the Pioneer Laser Active, but it is more rare than the Laser Active. And that does always feed into my obsession, my collecting, because I consider myself more sometimes of a video game historian, someone who buys and preserves pieces of video game history in his collection, rather than just a gamer who wants to have these things to play. So in that respect, I think I want the Terra Drive just a little more than the Laser Active because it's such an awesome piece of video game history. Number 3, the Biohazard Code Veronica Dreamcast console. In 2000, to celebrate the success of Resident Evil and the release of Code Veronica, Capcom joined up with Sega to release an incredibly small run of a limited edition console. One was a translucent red Claire model. They only made 1,800 of those. Each one was numbered. And then there was a dark translucent blue s.t.a.r.s version. They only made 200 of these consoles. And that, of course, is the one that I really long to have in my collection. There's a crazy twist to this one. The system was blind box, so you didn't know which one you were going to get. So when you bought your Code Veronica Dreamcast, you opened it up and there was either a red Claire one or a blue s.t.a.r.s one in there. So it was really the luck of the draw. Could you imagine being one of those people who bought that, opened it up, and you had the blue one in the box? I've never won anything like that, so I don't even know what it's like to win big. I gotta imagine it'd be that winning the lottery feeling, that jump up and down with excitement feeling. Maybe someday I'll win something or open something up and have something super rare in there that excites me to that level, but so far I haven't. Outside of that, I just think it's one of the coolest variations, and it only just nudged out that 10th anniversary Sonic Dreamcast that they did and they gave to developers in Europe. It looks really cool. I don't know how obtainable that one is, but I think the production numbers are probably right around the same, 200 in there. I don't know. There's no number that I could find on the 10th anniversary Sonic Dreamcast to compare, but I'll tell you what, they're both cool. I might lean towards the Code Veronica Dreamcast. Number 2, the Game & Car Navi High Saturn, also known as the High Saturn Navi and the Game Navi High Saturn. This was a unique variant of the Sega Saturn, manufactured by Hitachi, who also produced High Saturn branded Saturns in Japan. But this one was a little different than all the others. It was released in December 1995. Its launch price was $1,480 US, and the screen was sold separately. Word is the console was only in production for about a month, so it could be that as few as about 2,000 of these consoles were actually produced, and only half that number of screens. This particular model is unlike any other version of the Saturn console. It was a semi-portable console designed to be used in your car. It had the regular features of a Sega Saturn with the addition of 2 microphone ports for karaoke, a port for a GPS antenna, and a TV tuner port. This thing did a lot of the things that your phones do now, but it did it back in 1995, which is actually pretty astounding and really showed that Sega had vision. This is without question the coolest looking Saturn. I would do anything to own one. It's really awesome, and just for years, I've looked at the regular High Saturns, I've looked at all the other variations of the Saturn, but there isn't one I'd want in my collection more than that one. That would be the #1 Saturn console, and it's elusive and beautiful and really, really, really cool. Number 1, Sega Chan. Information on Sega Chan is a little hard to find. In fact, I can only find one advertisement. It's all I've ever seen. And it's kind of a promotional thing that they, I guess, maybe gave out to businesses. And it reads as follows. Here comes Sega Chan, the fantastic futuristic robot that's sure to be a hit at arcades, shopping malls, and other family locations. Sega Chan delivers promotional impact where it's desired. This walking, talking marvel can shake hands, play recorded messages on a built-in video screen, serve food and drinks, distribute literature, and more. A special voice recognition programming device allows Sega Chan to answer specific questions, while touch sensors and danger prevention sensors make him completely safe to operate. By using interchangeable attachments, Sega Chan can perform even more tasks and be adapted to so many functions that only your imagination limits his many uses. Easy to operate, Sega Chan is shown in tests to be an extraordinary functional promotional centerpiece, appealing to all age groups. Ideal for use in video arcades, malls, and family restaurants, Sega Chan delivers your message and makes a favorable, lasting impression. Order today. Now you may think this is just a little tiny robot that you put on it. No. This is a full-on functioning piece of equipment. 5 feet tall, over 400 pounds of hardcore 1982 technology. This thing was a beast. And had it made it into production, which I don't think it did, it would have been found in arcades, restaurants, and other places like that. It was made for commercial use, and unfortunately, I don't think it ever made it past that prototype phase because, well, 1 year later, the video game market crashed. And I think pretty much everything that was being produced in 1982, if it hadn't made it out, stopped production by 1983. So putting it on my list may not be the fairest thing I've ever done. I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to find one, but who knows? I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe, just maybe someday I'll actually find it. This is a wish list. This isn't a everything I have on the list should be obtainable list. And this is without question the #1 Sega item I would want in my collection if I could have it. It's just that cool. One is left to wonder what they mean by danger prevention sensors. But I guess if you have a 400+ pound robot coming at you, whatever they are, they're good to have around, right? It says he can answer specific questions, so I imagine our conversations would go something like this. Hey, Sega Chan, how are you? And he'd be like,
Hi, Mars. I'm good. It's awesome to be part of your collection.
And then I'd be like, well, Sega Chan, what would you like to do today? And he'd be like,
it would be totally tubular if we could play some rad video games on my built-in monitor.
it's 1982, so he'd probably say something like that. I don't know. And then I'd be like, wow, Sega Chan, I think we've really hit it off. And he'd say,
yes, I think we have really connected. You're my best friend in the whole wide world. I think I love you.
and then I'd wake up at night and he'd be standing over me, watching. And he'd say something like,
it's okay, go back to sleep. I just love watching you.
and that's it. So, if there's something you think I forgot, or maybe something you think is even better than the stuff I have on my list, do put it in the comments below. I'd love to get your input, and I want to know what other people think. Hey, maybe there's something I don't know about yet that I need to learn. So throw it down there, and we'll discuss it. Also, if you have any questions or anything, or ideas for future videos, throw those down there too. I'm really trying to get more content on the channel, so your input means the world to me. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please do check me out on Facebook at Level 1 Games, or you can check me out on Twitter at L1 Games. And that's it. I'm out of here for now. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Have you seen this boy? His name is John Connor.